Good morning, Kelly. Can you hear me? Okay. I got a new microphone, so I had to move the camera out here in the yard because it was behind that tree I'm not supposed to mention. It's much better over here. What are your plans this morning? Anything? On this other. Hi, Clint. How are you? Oh, Kelly, you're going to go to yoga. I had to move the tripod out here in the yard because the tree is blocking it. Looks much better over here. Oh, running a tad bit late. I actually fell asleep 4 o'clock this morning. I must have dozed off. This tooth is giving me, or 2 teeth, giving me so much hassle. Let's see. Trying to get this other thing to work here. I just hooked up this new microphone. Sure, Clint, you can see me anytime you want on my channel. All right, let's see. I usually use my phone to see what you guys are saying, and this I have a call to Verizon after that catastrophe yesterday. They're supposed to call me this morning to fix the internet, but then I got in touch with YouTube and they said that sometimes, oh, look at it now. Sometimes the problem can be with them. So I don't know. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, there we go. I got it hooked up. Let's see. Where are you from? I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. All right. I'm testing this microphone. Kelly says, "Hi, Clint. Hey, Cal. One more favor. Can you still hear me?" Or Clint, can you hear me still? Hi, LaShonda. How are you, honey? Can you hear me okay, LaShonda? Technology again. It's not my friend. Okay. All right. Because I had to put the tripod out in the yard so you could see that because of the tree that I'm not supposed to mention is in the way. And I didn't want you guys to miss the sunrise. Okay. Let's see. All right, Cal. I added you as a moderator. I don't know why people would come on a religious station and do nasty stuff like that. But hey, teach their own. Thanks for hitting the like, guys. Thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I had that root canal and I'm still having problems. So, okay. I thought you already were, Kelly. I'm sorry. I don't even know if I have any on here. No, I do with my other live. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's mosquitoes out here. Jeez. Just waiting for a few more people. Kelly says I'm having an egg sandwich. Nice, Clint. Is it early there? Hi, Team Eagle. How are you today? It's 6:46. I think Kelly's on Eastern Standard Time too, as well, Clint. Well, do you have any plans this weekend, Team Eagle? I can't believe there's mosquitoes out here. Usually have problems with flies out here, but it's mosquitoes. Okay, I'm gonna get started. I picked the page in the book, and it came out with I let go of shame. Shame is defined as a painful feeling of or distress brought on by being conscious of wrong or foolish behavior. Being human, I make mistakes in judgment and action. I step out of integrity with my values. I even lash out in behaviors that hurt others because I have been hurt. But the shame in continuing to feel ashamed is that I keep the pain alive. I continue to berate myself for not measuring up to either my own or others' standards or expectations. It can cause me to keep secrets punish myself and isolate myself from others. What is done is done. To move forward, I must forgive myself and see the mistake for what it is. It is not a catastrophe, and I choose more loving thoughts and behaviors. I will find a new place leading me to make better decisions, the goodness that is my true nature. That anyone among you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her. That's from John chapter 8:7. The affirmation for this, I let go of shame, it says, when I trip over my humanity, I discover a higher way of being. So, how many of us have had something that we did and you feel ashamed of it? It might have been something you did and you knew you were doing it, but you still did it. Or you might have accidentally done something. And um, and then we regret what we did. But instead of forgiving ourselves as we do others, we just keep rehashing it and rehashing it and rehashing it, you know? Um, I find myself that I do that a lot. I am very hard on myself, as you very much know, those of you that follow me. Um, I'm all about, taking care of everybody else. But one of the main things, when I was offered the position to move from Pennsylvania to Idaho to take the position as a kindergarten teacher in Idaho with the migrant children, um, I had to sell my house, sell everything, and um, I know my husband was really scared with that, but he has always let me live my dreams. He's always encouraged me. But this was a biggie, a big one, because I took it because, and I have a video on my channel about it, but I took the position because, my mom had passed away and my dad. My son moved to Texas, and I was like, my school was closing. So I really didn't have a position holding me here. I mean, I could have probably found one, but this school had two positions open, and they were willing to take my Pennsylvania teaching certificate and work it through to Idaho. So we sold everything, moved across the United States. He drove a truck with all of our treasures, and um, he had a trailer for his car, and I drove my car following him with the three Bassets in the car. I didn't have these three cats at the time, um, but it was a 4-day trip, and the Bassets, they were really good in the car. I didn't think that they were going to be because, um, they're always whining and want somebody to hold them on their lap because they're 60-pound lap dogs, you know. But we made it there and everything. So just the fact that we had to sell everything, we were in our house for 30 years, you know, and we sold our home um, that we had remodeled over all those years. We bought the house when we were only 22 years old, and we had little Daryl, and he was just a little baby, and I just was like, I got to do this, so we went. But then we ended up coming back because the promises that were made to me weren't followed through, and nonetheless, we came back here. So I still regret that because of all the money that we lost selling the house so quickly, and not waiting for a good price on it, and all the the things, the piping and stuff outside the house needed to be changed from, I think it was terracotta to something else or vice versa. I don't know, but I think they were getting rid of the terracotta in the area where I was living. So we had to replace all that. Anyone who sold their house had to do that outside of their home. And so we didn't get much for that. Then we had to travel all the way across there, which was 3 nights of staying in a hotel with the dogs. So we had to pay a pretty good amount to bring 3 dogs into a hotel room. But like I said, they were really good, not like they are here throwing tantrums. Of course, I had 2 other dogs then. They were brothers, but they have gone across the Rainbow Bridge. But I still have Gabriel. He was a good boy too. So yeah, I often think about that. If only I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have got into debt. And my son's like, but mom, if you didn't do it, then you would have said, I wonder what would have happened if I went there, and followed through with that job. I wonder what would have happened. Da, 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 da. He says, Mom, you should have went. You know, it was something that you needed to do as part of your journey of your life. But I just dragged my husband somewhat kicking and screaming. So, um, yeah, is the can everybody see everything okay? My internet's not locking up on me again, rerunning, and you can hear me, right, guys? I have an appointment with Verizon today to find out what is going on today. So, hey, Cal, is this? I just got this microphone last night um, through Amazon. Is it more clearer than the other one? The other one was um, suggested through Amazon, but this one was supposed to be better. So, that magnet on it where you can put it on your shirt with a magnet. And this one doesn't. It has a clip, but I didn't bring it with me up. Anyway, that is that. And looks like the clouds are going to be moving over here in front of the. You see them how they're moving in front of the sunscapes of the clouds. I see a dog running in his ears. You see a sideways view of the dog. um, to compare yesterday the way it was going, and when I watched the replay to see what went wrong when it started going wrong because I didn't know, and the Hubs was watching, but he didn't tell me. So, um, yeah. Thanks, guys, for hitting the thumbs up button. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But does anybody? I mean, you just have to say yes or no. Um, does anybody have anything that they're carrying around like that? Oh man, I wish I didn't do that. But you don't let it give it to God. You just keep rehashing it and rehashing it. When all the people, everybody is already forgiven you, but you just can't let go of it because you're that hard on yourself. Is anybody else out there hard on themselves like that? Yeah. So the birds are happy. I'm just wondering if it's gonna. Kelly says yes, Sally. I do that a lot. Okay. Yep. Some of us are really hard on ourselves, and um, even when I was a caretaker for my mom, I just really put my life on hold when she was sick to take care of her, and I just to this, you know, but I did as much as I could, I guess. sorry I'm not as talkative as I usually am, but these teeth I have to get another root canal, not next week, the week after. This is ridiculous. I have 2 appointments next, not this coming week, coming up, the next week with the dentist. I just don't get it. And if you ever had a toothache and it just goes bong, 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 it doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. Oh, and the dentist today, they don't give you pain medication anymore. You know, if you ask for it, then they think that something's wrong with you in a negative manner. But yeah. So today, Mr. D and I are going to, um, what did we say? Oh, I have to run to the post office to mail some things out to some people. And um, what else? Let's see. I think we're going to run out and see my friend. He's a chiropractor. He can adjust my jaw because it's all out of whack from the dentist or the oral surgeon. And Daryl says he's going to help me finish all the stuff we do to start our business. So hopefully I will be up to doing that. Oh, Kelly, I'm still got to send you that. Hi, Yvonne. Good morning. Um, Kelly, I got to send you. I did another step last night with the vinyl, like kind of like Tracy did, but I'm not using paint. I have all this stuff, but um, I was trying to figure out how to send it to you. If you want to, Cal, if you want to send to my email your phone number, and then I can just send it over. Um, oh, also, can you send me your address? I have something I wanted to mail you. I just got Tracy's address yesterday, so yeah. So if you send me your phone number and your address, I have something for you. So how are you today, Yvonne? You seeing any of the grandkids? Are you going anywhere? Kelly's going to yoga, and Clint is going camping. I believe that's what he said. I couldn't see because I was reading. Um, let's see. Um, a lot of people tell me that I should take off on the weekend, but I don't know. I say, okay, I will. And I told everybody I'm not going to do this on the weekend, but I just hate to see anyone miss a sunrise. It was so beautiful this morning, but now the clouds, the little clouds are coming in front, and it looks like a dog running. You see a side view, and his ears flopping in front of him, and his nose, and his little mouth is open, and he's running. I don't know if you can see that in the clouds, but I love to look for pictures in the clouds. So, like the hidden picture from the what is that, the Scholastic magazine or something? Remember they had those hidden pictures? Yeah. Yvonne says, I'm going to do some gig work. All right. Probably going to be busy today if it's nice out. Um, I would be going to my granddaughter's birthday party tomorrow. And she says, but I can't because where I work, my W 2, they have COVID. Oh, geez. Is that still going around? Oh, man, I thought that slowed down. I think somebody else, I forget who I was talking to, said somebody they knew had COVID as well. Um, I don't want to risk giving anybody COVID, even though I tested negative twice. Yeah, because you could still be a carrier. Daryl had COVID when it first, in March of 2020, and I didn't. Can, can you hear them? They're out there right next to my camera crying. Um, so um, having my mother-in-law over later too. Yeah, I told Daryl yesterday. I said, Daryl, we need to take your mom out to dinner or something. Um, she had gotten a hip replacement, and then the bone or something got infected. And then she had a problem with she was getting her false teeth, you know, so she had her teeth extracted, and she was in a lot of pain with that. So I can't even imagine. Here I'm crying about a root canal, and she had like all of her teeth taken out. But yeah, I think I'm probably gonna do that. Take her out to dinner. I don't know where, but I said maybe you could just invite her over. My other granddaughter turns 5 in September, and she has to wait another year before she can go to kindergarten. Why does she have to wait another year? Because of her maturity, or the cutoff date August 1st or something? Oh, maybe the cutoff date in September? Is it like September 1st and her birthday's after that? Sometimes you can get around that. I don't know about other schools, but I had a mom put her child, and she was a very smart girl. The little girl was smart, but she wasn't mature. She would pee her pants all the time. It gets annoying after a while. But I found out when I was doing my records that she was 4, and I told the principal, and she says, "Oh, well, just leave her in there." I said, "Okay." But once you start letting 4-year-olds in my kindergarten class, then there's going to be a lot more, hassle, because that's what's going to happen. And I had her in my class, and like I said, she was a very smart. I would even say she was brilliant, a little girl. And but she was not ready, like socialization and things like that. She was still a 4-year-old. She was smart, but she knew things. But what is the cutoff date where you live? It's September 30th for Kelly. She says, well, her birthday is September 18th. I think she just missed it by a few days. Well, you could say something about that, Yvonne, if your daughter wants to. But because when I went to school, I graduated when I was 17, because that's just the way the calendar fell. But Yvonne says, but my daughter has been teaching her a lot. She's already learning to write. She's learning to read. She's very smart. Yeah, just get out those sight words, and the words that are like words like the, that are actual sight words that you can't sound out, like the is the. It's not t, you know, um, and start making her little flashcards and get her going there. My daughter checked that all out, and she has $400 test that she would need to take. If she passed that, she would be great. If she didn't, they would be out $400. Well, not necessarily they wouldn't be out $400, but they would know where their daughter stood either way. But I understand what you're saying. So, wow. Thanks for hitting that like button. I appreciate that, guys. Um, does anybody else have anything? Let's see. Gabriel. Hi, how are you, Gabriel? We're all just finishing up here. Today was Yvonne says, and then my grandson starts preschool next year. Where did these years go? I know, but Yvonne, here's what I say now that my kids are grown, 34 and 37. I say, where did my years go? Because I just turned 60 in June last month. So, but guys, the reading for today, those of you just joining us, it was that we let go of shame, that we might have done something that upset people. We did it, but we can't seem to forgive ourselves. So um, that was our discussion today. And I have the tripod out there. And The dogs are out here now, so they're going to start barking. They see me out here. Unless he took them in. Let me see. Let's see here. What is going on in the yard? Coming over here now. Let's see. Hope the sun is fully up now. And I don't see the boobalubas out there in the yard. But, yeah, so I'm going to hit it now. I'm going to go. And thank you guys for coming. Sorry, I'm just not feeling good with this tooth problem. I'm not as chatty Cathy as I usually am. And you know I can talk. But let's hope it doesn't get infected. But I will try to be here tomorrow as well. I know I said I was taking weekends off, but I just really like touching base with you guys and everything. So I love you guys. And I'm going to take you over for a final thing to show you my rose bushes. So let's go over here. I don't want to go too fast and make you dizzy. Go over here real quick. Can you see those ones there? And I'm going to show you that coral one. See how those little bugs putting that powder stuff on there? And they are eating my... I think there's some bugs right there. Oh, that's a spider. Oh, I'm getting away from that thing. Okay, now over here is this one. It just bud. My coral one. Oh, can you see it? I'm behind the camera here, so I can't see if you can see. Where am I? Can you see that? There. Or is my... Let's see. Can you see it now? Oh, see that? The petals just fell down. Hi, Dale. How are you? Can you see those ones? Or is my screen locking up again from the darn internet? Right there. Now, this one looks a bit healthier. But, yeah. So, that is that. And hey, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll try to be here tomorrow morning. Okay? I'll see you when I see ya. Bye-bye, guys.